right, I've left my brake and took a break, and I'm pulling back out onto the road, and it's definitely heading down. I think it generally hovers around the 3,000 ish plus feet above sea level, but cutting down through all these hills and stuff down kind of this valley. It's kind of weird. It's not like a true open valley. It's just a narrow little section through hills. There's a lot of streams that cut across it, but it's definitely heading down. And this part of the road is nice. It continues to be a great road. The 2-lane, well-maintained pavement. It's just that instead of the previous section where the curves were really compressed and tight, this definitely stretched those out and makes for a little bit of a quicker drive. I should say it allows you to be a little bit more assertive, and there was definitely less traffic, and no one was really in front of me for a while until we get to Slowpoke 3. And before I get to Slowpoke 3, you'll see that the road, like I mentioned, is much straighter here and curved. There's less technical churning. There's a few spots here and there, but for the most part, it's wide open, and you're really surrounded on either side by short mountains, tall hills, one of those. I'm having a good time, and continues to be a very, very enjoyable drive. So right around this corner, you'll catch a glimpse up in the distance, a motorcyclist. And you can't really tell until you get a little bit closer, but someone's riding with them. And the funny thing is that after I was going through all of my footage, I realized that, so here they are. I realized that I had actually seen them right at the start of Maricopa, and it was only after going through the footage that I realized, oh hey, I saw those people, and I eventually caught up with them, even with a break. So that tells you maybe the assertive level with which I was driving. Unfortunately, they weren't really driving as with the sense of urgency that I was driving with, and I eventually did start to catch up with them, or obviously I did catch up with them, but I started to be kind of tailing them. And you'll hear me say it later in the video, but one of the things is that I was cognizant of how much pressure I might have been putting on them. Now, one of the things, and I do say this in the video later on, right before I do pass them, is that a lot of the churnouts are all gravel. And so if I was putting too much pressure on them and creeping up on them too fast, or just generally being a dick, by being super close to them, I could see them pulling off and then hitting that gravel and it just turning into a disaster. So I try to be respectful distance, all the while I was demonstrating that I would like to go a little bit quicker than how you're going or how they're going. Get to this place called Pine Mountain Inn, which to me would have been the perfect place to pull out. It's a long straight. There was actually some motorcycle guys there, and for whatever reason, they didn't pull out, or he or she did not pull in there. And I was actually surprised about that, because that would have been a really great place. Eventually, though, within a few miles, I think if they finally got the picture and let me go by, and you'll see that you'll hear me talk about the whole pressure thing. I'm following this guy and his mate on his motorcycle, and I'm trying to not put too much back pressure on him because there's not really any paved churnouts. They're all gravel, and I could just see that being a recipe for disaster if he decided to churn out because I'm putting too much pressure on him. Also, he's on a motorcycle, and sometimes they have a little bit of attitude about cars, so there is that. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. So now that I've passed the motorcycle couple, I will be a bit more assertive on the highway, and I'll be ending this episode of the Maricopa Highway. Otherwise, this video would be about 20 minutes long or more. Up next is the last curvy part, the long straight to the main highway, or the mainish highway. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it.